Hey guys, how you doing? Now, you can easily spend 5, 6 or more than 700 euros on a good smartwatch these days, but you really do not have to. There are now some excellent options under 300 euros with bright AMOLED displays, built-in GPS, advanced health tracking, and in some cases even proper third-party apps. For this video, I picked 5 smartwatches that I personally tested in everyday life, during workout, and in some cases even at night for sleep tracking. So this ranking is not just based on specs. I also considered the user experience, GPS accuracy, battery life, smart features, and overall value for money. Each watch is made for a slightly different type of user, so at the end of every section, I will also explain exactly who I would recommend it to. By the way, these are the prices that I found in Germany. Other countries may have different prices, and they can also change depending on the retailer, color, and time. You can find the product link and my full reviews of all 5 watches down below in the description. At number 5, we have the Xiaomi Redmi Watch 6. It currently costs around 90 to 100 euros, which makes it by far the cheapest watch in this comparison. Even at that price, however, you still get a surprisingly complete package. The main highlight is the huge 2.07-inch AMOLED display with a 60Hz refresh rate and up to 2000 nits of brightness. Notifications and workout stats are very easy to read, and the screen remains visible outdoors. The aluminum frame also feels more premium than the plastic bodies used by many other budget watches, while the watch itself remains very light at around 31 grams without a strap. You can receive notifications, control music, and use the built-in microphone and speaker for Bluetooth calls. Integrated GNS also allows the watch to record runs and bike rides without taking your smartphone with you. The sports tracking is more than good enough for walking, the gym, casual running, cycling or swimming. Heart rate, blood oxygen, stress and sleep are covered as well. Xiaomi advertises up to 24 days of battery life, but the number requires some of the health features to be reduced or disabled. Around 12 days with normal use or roughly 7 days with heavy use, and the always-on display is more realistic. The biggest compromises are found in the software. There's no proper app store with apps such as Spotify, WhatsApp or Google Maps, and the sport analysis is less detailed than the more expensive models. I recommend the Redmi Watch 6 to anyone who wants to spend as little as possible while still getting a large AMOLED display, standalone GPS, Bluetooth calls, and excellent battery life. At around 100 euros, it is a very strong everyday and fitness watch. At number 4, we have the Amazfit Active Max. It currently costs around 140 to 170 euros and is aimed more at sports and outdoor users. At 48.5mm, this is a pretty large watch, but it weighs only 39.5 grams without the strap. The 1.5-inch AMOLED display has a resolution of 480 by 480 and reaches up to 3000 nits. It looks sharp, has excellent contrast, and remains very easy to read even under direct sunlight. There are more than 170 sport modes available. Runners get features such as dedicated track running mode, a virtual pacer, and detailed running metrics. You can also connect external heart rate straps, power meters, and cadence sensors. Offline maps and planned routes can be loaded directly onto the watch. During a workout, you receive turn instructions and can use the back to start features to return to your starting point. Completely free on-demand routing like you get on expensive outdoor watches is not available though. Thanks to the microphone and speaker, you can take Bluetooth calls and Android users can send quick replies. You can also store your own music directly on the watch and listen with Bluetooth headphones. Step flow is included as well, alongside detailed tracking for heart rate, blood oxygen, stress, skin temperature and sleep. BioCharge additionally estimates your current energy level based on a training load and recovery. Battery life is outstanding. Amazfit claims up to 25 days with typical use, around 13 days with heavy use, and roughly 10 days with the always-on display. In GPS mode, up to 64 hours are possible. The biggest downsides are the very large case and the limited app selection of Amazfit's own operating system. I recommend the Amazfit Active Max to anyone looking for a big display, offline maps, lots of sport features, and extremely long battery life. If proper Wear OS apps are not that important to you, this watch offers a lot for around 150 euros. Number 3 goes to the Huawei Watch Fit 5 Pro. It currently costs around 240 to 280 euros, but in return you get materials and sport features that are usually found on more expensive watches. The lightweight aluminum body is combined with a titanium bezel and scratch-resistant sapphire glass. Without the strap, the watch weighs only around 30 grams. Its 1.92-inch LTPO AMOLED display reaches up to 3000 nits, while the thin bezels provide plenty of space for notifications, maps, and training data. The dual-band GPS delivers very accurate route tracking, especially in cities and forests. Runners get running power and proper route navigation with map zoom, off-route warnings, and elevation data. Cyclists can use features such as virtual power, cadence, and fall detection. More than 17,000 golf courses are also available with maps and scorecards. The watch can even support free diving down to 40 meters. In addition to heart rate, blood oxygen, stress, and sleep tracking, the Pro model supports ECG measurements, atrial fibrillation detection, and arterial stiffness monitoring. Huawei claims up to 7 days of typical use and up to 10 days with lighter use. Long outdoors activities are covered by around 24 to 25 hours of GPS tracking. The watch works with both Android phones and iPhones, which makes it especially interesting for iPhone users who do not want an Apple Watch. The biggest weakness is the limited app selection. Services such as Strava and Komoot are supported, but Huawei's platform cannot compete with the Google Play Store. If you want to start WhatsApp chats, download Spotify music, or use Google Maps directly on your wrist, the top two watches are better options. I recommend the Watch Fit 5 Pro to anyone looking for a lightweight, premium, and versatile fitness smartwatch. It is especially strong for runners, cyclists, golfers, and iPhone users who want accurate GPS and good battery life. At number 2, we have the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8. Now that its successor has been introduced, the price has dropped significantly. The regular Watch 8 can currently be found from around 190 euros, and even some LTE versions remain below 300. That makes it much more interesting today than it was at launch. I tested the larger 44mm version, among others. It has a 1.5-inch Super AMOLED display with sapphire crystal glass and always-on display mode, and up to 3000 nits of brightness. The slim case is comfortable to wear, One UI runs smoothly, and both the tiles and watch faces can be customized in many different ways. The full Wear OS system is its biggest advantage. Notifications can display photos, and you can reply using your own text, emojis, or preset responses. The Play Store gives you access to apps such as WhatsApp, Spotify, and YouTube Music. You also get Google Wallet, Google Maps, Bluetooth calling, and Google Gemini. The LTE version can be used largely independently from your smartphone. Samsung also offers the most complete health package in this comparison. In addition to heart rate, blood oxygen, stress, and sleep tracking, you get blood pressure measurements, ECG, and body composition analysis. Samsung also includes the H-index, vascular load, and antioxidant index. There are plenty of workout modes, customizable data screens, and a running code. GPS accuracy also surprised me in a positive way. My recordings were very reliable in the city, in the forest, and in open areas. The biggest weakness is battery life. In my intensive real-world test, the 44mm model lasted only around 26 to 27 hours with the always-on display, sleep tracking, and at least one GPS workout. The watch also works with Android phones only. I recommend the Galaxy Watch 8 to Samsung and Android users who care more about apps, notifications, and health features than battery life. At around 200 euros, it is a great deal. The short battery life is the main reason why it missed out on the first place. My winner is the Xiaomi Watch 5. It currently costs around 240 to 265 euros, and just like the Galaxy Watch 8, runs a full Wear OS system. However, Xiaomi solved one of the biggest problems of most Wear OS watches: poor battery life. The around 47mm stainless steel case weighs around 56 grams without the strap and feels extremely solid and premium. However, this also makes it the largest and heaviest model in this comparison. The 1.54-inch AMOLED display has a resolution of 480 by 480, reaches up to 1500 nits, and supports an always-on display mode. Inside, you get a Snapdragon W5 Gen 1, 2GB of RAM, and 32GB of internal storage. Google Gemini, Wallet, and Maps are available directly on the watch. Through the Play Store, you can install Spotify and WhatsApp, save music offline, reply to messages, or even start new chats. Bluetooth calls, a voice recorder, and customizable physical buttons are included as well. The finger snapping gesture works surprisingly well in my test, although some of the other gestures were not always detected reliably. GPS accuracy was one of the strongest parts of my testing. The Watch 5 recorded different sides of the road, tight corners, and changes in direction very cleanly. Routes remained accurate even between buildings or on narrow forest trails. In my test, the GPS was able to compete with some much more expensive sport watches. You also get plenty of sport modes, heart rate and blood oxygen tracking, stress monitoring, and detailed sleep analysis. The highlight is the massive 930 mAh silicon carbon battery. With notifications, health measurements, the always-on display, and occasional workout tracking enabled, I achieved around 3 to 4 days of battery life. That is excellent for a proper Wear OS watch and much better than the Galaxy Watch 8. The winner is not perfect though. Its size makes it more suitable for larger wrists. I also had major connection problems during the initial setup and needed several attempts as well as a second smartphone. Once the setup was completed, the connection remained stable. Just like the Samsung, the Xiaomi Watch 5 is compatible with Android only. I recommend the Xiaomi Watch 5 to Android users who want proper apps, Google services, very accurate GPS, and much better battery life than Samsung offers. That exact combination makes it the best overall smartwatch under 300 euros for me. You can find the product links and my full individual reviews in the video description. Now, if this video helped you out, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I guess I will see you in the next one. Peace.